good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now?
This is why we play.
Gaming is something more.
I feel it coming
It's a
now.
community made vibrant and real by AI.
Technology helps us to be part of something bigger.
Games play as if they were real life.
Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now.
This is why we play. A community.
Thousands of communities.
Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down. Start at the bottom, already forgot it, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd.
Nothing can hold you back. So,
So, why do you play?
Don't give up now, yeah, you gotta climb, but we give it to all until the end, until the end of time. But I won't stay down. I run this town, ain't backing down. We going in rounds. Yeah, the winds will blow, but it's roots too deep. I'm on my feet, the underdog, and I won't be beat. Watch everything we work for fall in line. We gon' give it our all until the end, until the end of time.
Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Lenovo and Intel presents the Esports Club Challenger Series 2023. This is the VCT official off-season event that we are talking about, and our gaming monitor partner is going to be no other than ViewSonic Gaming. But right now, bringing you back to this caster desk, this is me, Darshita, and alongside me, I do have Scared Yet to start the day today because Aggressive is going to be a bit busy with his own stuff out there. So, Scared Yet, once again, welcome back to the desk, and how are you feeling today?
Feeling absolutely amazing, and it's always so fun, whenever Aggressive is not here because I can always sneak in,
come
jump
on.
onto the desk, and have fun.
Yeah.
That's it. Who knows? Maybe I set it up all for him so that he could get busy, and that is all something that we will find out. Maybe eventually during the day, maybe not. Who knows? But one thing that everyone out there is going to find out is going to be the match that we are going to have right now on the stream in just about a few minutes. And Dashita, it's going to be none other than Aster Army going up against Middle.
Yeah, important day for both of these teams because right now what we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the lower brackets itself. The team to qualify from here on will be making it to the finals, and then two teams fighting there will be taking one spot to the grand final. So this is a long and a tiring journey for all of these teams, but today's day, it's going to matter a lot. Now, both of the teams that we have right now,
True.
it's going to be, important for both of them. Again, MLT Esports on one side, and it's going to be Aster Army on the other. We know how strong of a team both of them are. So I'm not jinxing it here, but I do anticipate a 3-mapper for the day, for at least the first match itself.
Well, yeah, you can say that maybe that anticipation might come true because the last time when we saw these two teams go up against each other, it was also a best of 3. And guess what? The two of the maps were absolutely the same, Haven as well as
Yeah.
Bind, and we clearly saw that on Haven. You can say that Middle, since they've been playing on Haven multiple times, like that's one of the most played map whenever it comes to their map pool. It went into an overtime and it went for Team Middle, but Aster Army did come back onto the next two maps. So right now, Lotus is something that I even want to see how Aster Army would have prepared it, because last time we saw them up against GGEZ, it was not at all a good day for them. But I would still give the credits to GGEZ because they were just playing absolutely insane on that day in that map. Let's quickly have a look at the schedule as well. As it was the online qualifiers where top 4 qualified to the group stages, and then we all saw the group stage. The matches, amazing one that too indeed, and so many big upsets coming in. And now we were watching the top 4 teams qualified for the playoffs. We did see 2 games yesterday, and we've now got the teams in the upper bracket as well as in the lower one.
True though, amazing matches played overall. I mean, I remember online qualifiers, we've been emphasizing on the fact that we had 128 teams in total to be registered. Plus, I will add the invited teams as well. So, we have had a lot of teams registered in the online qualifiers, but out of all that, it was just 4 teams to qualify for the group stages. 8 invited, 12 made it all together, and it was just 4 teams that we are talking about right now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's just 4 teams: MLT Esports, Aster Army, True Rippers, and OG. Now, today is going to be that one team we find that says a goodbye to the journey itself, for their own journey that they have had in the Challenger Series 2023. But who is them is going to be the question. For now, the first match that we have for the day is going to be MLT Esports going up against the sides of Aster Army. And the second match, that's going to be the upper bracket finals that I'm talking about. It's going to be OG versus True Ripper. So, out of both of these teams, one team make it to the grand finals, one team make it to the, brackets grand final, and then it's going to be one team who say a goodbye. So, there's a lot on stake today. I mean, many hearts to be broken, many celebrations at the same time. It's going to be an interesting day. But again, the map veto is where everything is going to change for the sides of Medal and Aster both.
It's what I always love to say, right? Same teams, maybe a new story, as is the same stage, but perhaps a different glory, since Aster Army have got a solid record up against MLT Esports, and we've seen the matches go kind of back and forth as well. But whenever it comes to a 3-match series, you always know that Aster Army has just that bigger map pool, and they play a lot on many other different maps. So that's one thing where one place where I still feel Middle need to brush a lot of things up. Because yes, you can stick onto one map as long as it's a best of one. You can try and ban out some different maps. Haven, a very solid map pool. Yes, you know that multiple teams like to play that map, so why not practice it out so well that no one else could defeat you on that? Alright, given, good point. But you also have to prepare for other maps, because whenever it goes to a best of 3 scenario, you need to have something else on which you can lean on. Because yes, looking even now, Haven was not at all banned up. So since it's been opening multiple times, MLT Esports have been in their comfort zone. They have not yet been pushed out. So today perhaps might be the day when they would have to leave their comfort zone. They would have to step out in that, step out of the Pandora's box and maybe leap into even new things. So let's quickly have a look at that as well, because all of these 3 solid maps. I would just want to ask you, Darshita, choose your picks. Who do you think will get these maps?
Honestly, I anticipate all the 3 mappers coming up. Bind, I can guarantee it's going to be in the favors of Aster Army whatsoever. If all MLT Esports does not close it on a 2-0 scoreline, defeating Aster Army in the map of Bind, this is going to be so difficult. We know it's their home ground. It's just so difficult to do that. On the other side, if I talk about the map of Haven, it's going to be for the sides of MLT Esports. We've seen them doing wonders out there. We've seen them taking teams to overtime and yet winning the map itself. Now, as you said, right, the previous time Aster Army, we did saw them going up against the sides of Medal itself. It was, Medal winning the map of Haven, even though it was a 14-12 scoreline and it was an overtime. So, MLT Esports, the first responsibility lies here on. They need to get the map of Haven for themselves. Now, Lotus can be anyone's game, honestly. I'm not really sure on, whose favor Lotus will go actually, because there's a lot of, what ifs, but this happens, that happens. Because I remember Aster Army as a team has played Lotus for maybe 5 times, out of which they have a winning rate of maybe 20% on Lotus itself. So, not really sure. I mean, yeah, it is their pick coming up, but again, the decider is where everything is going to change.
That is absolutely correct. But there's one more thing, right? One more point. I have been looking at the stats of Middle Esports, that too for a very long time. Since we're talking about stats, let's quickly have a look at the head to head as well from both of these teams, because that's what might change the game today. Easy from Middle, Kohli from Aster Army. You can clearly see in terms of kills, they're not very far behind. 81 in favor of Easy, 73 for Kohli. But you always know that these two players are going to hit their shots right onto the head, because that is where their crosshair always lies. You can look at that in the headshot percentage as well. 35 for Easy, 28 for Kohli, Darshita.
Yeah. Kohli is that one pillar for the sides of Aster Army, you know. He's that one strong pillar that the entirety of Aster Army can rely on to. I mean, not in the terms of carrying the entire team, but you know, whenever you talk about that one player who brings the spark in the team itself, that has to be Kohli. On the other side, if I talk about Easy, the stat looks to be way too good for him. 81 kills, he has a 1.40 of an KDR to be maintained, and a 35% of headshot. 35, that's huge, right? Every single shot that he has connected, somewhere down the line, out of 10, at least 3 or 4 he has managed to connect an headshot. So there's going to be good amount of headshot percentage coming up from his end as well. But Kohli, let's see what he has to serve us today, because if I talk about sports completely, Kohli is definitely shining. Now, if that's the case in esports as well, it's gonna be a lot more of problematic for the sides of Middle Esports.
That is true. And since we are already talking about the problems, right? We know Haven, we've been talking about how it's basically their playground, their comfort zone. But since we were also talking about Lotus, I was looking at the stats and checking the records as well. And the last time Medal have actually played on Lotus was way back in May. Yeah, it's basically over 5 months they have not touched Lotus, at least in the competitive scenes. That has been recorded. It might be possible they've been, practicing in the scrims or something, but they went against God like Esports, and that did not went in their favor. They could not win that map. So, if you're absolutely correct on that unless they win it out on Lotus itself, I think so it's going to be very problematic for them, as Aster Army just looks way too solid on Bind. But also, Aster Army has been playing Lotus quite a lot, so they might be much more comfortable onto that map as compared to Middle. And I just feel that they have to take Haven. That one thing is for sure. If in case they are able to do that, we might possibly see even a third game. If not, I think so it might even go 2-0 in favor of Aster Army. There are multiple possibilities out there, but just looking at the record for both of these teams, it seems Aster Army, at least in terms of experience, has an edge over Middle Esports.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Aster Army being the only team who has denied one map to OG as well. If you remember, OG did have a winning streak to maintain, same as the sides of True Rippers. I mean, 5 consecutive victories is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And that was the case with OG as well. They were on a streak, but the only problem that was in their road was the sides of Aster Army. That's where the streak was not maintained, and they did not get that map for themselves. Aster Army in that map was phenomenal. I mean, the way they performed in that map, and they denied every single thing coming up from the sides of OG. I have to give it to all these young lads out there. On the other side, Middle Esports, again and again, we've been emphasizing on the fact that as individual players, all the players of Middle Esports are stars. I mean, they are phenomenal. They're amazing players out there when it goes down to their aim game, their individual talent, their fragging potential, their game sense, and everything is great. But now when it comes down to the team play, that's where everything is going to change, because if you are not able to coordinate, if you're not able to communicate, then things might just fall down. And we know Aster Army, right? If you are making mistakes, Aster Army will be more than happy to capitalize on your mistake and take the map away from you.
Absolutely true. But there's one more thing, we always talk about the momentum, right? And Aster Army, they were also having a flawless momentum until their last day when they went up against GGEZ. And guess the map was Lotus itself, wherein me and Aggressive, we both were expecting that maybe Aster Army would pull it off just based on the way things had been going. But we just knew DC Rules would be owning that entire map, and he clearly showed that. And he clearly showed us why he's the king of Lotus at this point. That too when he has his hands on Chamber. Almost Single-handedly in the first half, he was able to shut down the entire push of Aster Army. And also, when his team started rolling up, it almost turned out into a steamroll situation where Aster Army just could not find the answers whatsoever. And on that attacking round, if I'm not wrong, they were probably they were able to manage maybe 3 rounds at max. So
Yeah.
that is definitely not a very solid record, and that break in momentum has affected them so much that they're now in the lower bracket competing for the survival. But since we're already talking about competing, let's quickly see the agent select as well coming in from both of these teams. I don't think so we're going to see any kind of changes coming in from middle. They're still going to secure their double initiator composition, which they had been going with. What I want to know, if Easy will go with the Astra or will he decide to go with the Omen? That's the question.
That's got to be Astra. That's got to be
Yeah,
Astra on him
he's looking at.
every single time. Yep, he
Mhm.
is going to go further with the Astra pick coming up. I mean, this has been the agent composition for the sides of MLT Esports for a long time now. One tap god and his duelist pick coming up. That's pretty obvious. On the other side, Paradox with the Cypher plays again, quite anticipated on the other side. If I talk about Aster Army for now, Kishi is going to go up with Jet, Kohli for the Omen. That's going to be Doxer. Now, we have seen Doxer on Cypher previously, but today we are going to see him play the sides of KJ Sova as an investment again. All of these, if I talk about the investment of Double Initiator, it's going to be very, very important when it goes down to the map of Haven, also known as the map of
Absolutely.
attackers. But it depends now. It completely depends. The way things have been panning out recently, I am, doubting myself when I say that it is an attack favored map. I mean, yeah, there are few stances where you can actually see the defense side just running away with the rounds, and it's purely based upon strategy. So yep, if you are playing Haven, please do not rely on the attack side, because you never know on what defense has planned for.
That is true because three sides map. You always think that attackers have
Yeah.
three places to work with. Wow, the defenders have to be spread out so evenly, and every place would be just a place with very thin defense. But if you compare both the attack-centric maps, right, wherein we've got Haven with 3 sides, Lotus with 3 sides. On Lotus, you would always see attackers having the advantage in terms of rotations, breaking the doors, then opening the C door. You can quickly move from A to C before even your
Yeah.
opponent realize that it's actually going a C hit rather than a B. While whenever you're talking about Haven, you mostly see attackers going in for a very long rotation back from their own spawn, and defenders can actually rotate through those sites, and that too way too quickly. So that is one thing that I personally feel helps out the defenders, especially when you're talking about Haven, because you can go in for quick retake rotations and you can try and even deny that spike plant. So that is something that might work out for them. But at the end of the day, we'll just have to wait and see, guys, as we're going to jump in the map of Haven. Aster Army on the defense, MLT Esports on the attack. Let's see which one of them will get the win in this game.
Pistol round is where we start things off. Once again, the execution is maybe making its way towards the B side for now. Yes, they are anticipating someone to push out of garage, but there's got already Kishi and Levi now. This is going to be way too
Levi.
difficult. Look at the positioning coming up from Levi. This can be way too vulnerable, but that's a perfect backup coming from Blackhawk. The nice Kishi Rio goes down as well. Blackhawk doubles it up in the initial stages. It's going to be one tap god who does get punished, but the spike is already planted, and now it all goes down to the post-plant scenario. Scared.
And there's also an Astra Star now onto the spike, so you've got to tap it out only to just wait out. That's Kohli with those amazing hits, quickly turning it around as well. Paradox and Blackhawk, they tried to stop the defuse, and they'll be able to do so as Blackhawk himself comes out with a 4K in this round. So I would still have to agree, a flawless round coming in from MLT Esports, especially in their pistol. They always look so solid on Haven. It just seems that it's their zone, it's their game. They know every single thing, every single plan out what could happen, and they've already got a counter prepared for that. Because when they went for the execute, you saw one tap god planting the spike. First of all, he's a duelist. Alright, he's still planting it, and the cover provided by Blackhawk, even though I believe at least 3 people were caught in that fault line. That was absolutely immaculate.
Yeah, it definitely was. Once again, good investments being made from their end. One tap god, he knows how to be aggressive. The flashes are on point. He needs to spot one.
What?
Paradox finds one onto Rio, and that's going to be an instant denial coming up inside the site itself. So it's going to be the complete site that is open for them, but there's going to be 3 players on the backstep. My oh my. One denied, maybe the second one as well. Blackhawk has the best of that angle. He denies the second one, but that's all he could do before he gets taken down from Kishi. Trade comes up. That's going to be easy. Who finds him? Aster Army, one last remaining player. That's going to be Vimp, who shuts him down. Levi has to say a goodbye, and MLT Esports takes the second one on board. Not a loss whatsoever, because you know they just lost one of their players. They have their Vandals, they have their Bulldogs, so it's got to be MLT Esports on the bonus, and Aster Army, they are going to continue with the full buy round for themselves.
True. Now, in terms of weaponry, Aster Army should win this round, right? But of course, there's still one Hero's Vandal, a couple of Bulldogs coming in, and we're also seeing Blackhawk investing in that Vandal. While maybe Paradox wants to for Phantom, still sticks with the Ghost. No, he actually changes it up. So it can technically be also called a full buy for Middle themselves. A very well managed economy. You normally see, those proper tier 1 VCT teams. However, that's a very solid dash coming in, surviving for some more time. Dogs could not get the shot in, but Blackhawk definitely did as Kohli falls. And now Dogs has to play towards the back of the side, tries to get one, is good for one, and that's two as well. While Levi provides the support from the other angle, and Dogs gets the third one. Tried to go for the fourth, but Vince is there for the shutdown. Breach versus Breach, and Levi wins it out. And that is going to be Aster Army winning their round out. And minded, Darshita, Medal invested in the previous round.
Yeah, they definitely did, but again, good stuff coming up from the sides of Aster Army. I mean, I have to give it to Doxer, the way he had the entire site for himself. I mean, he got the third kill when he was down to 5 of his health. 5 pixels is what he was surviving onto, and he still managed to find that one frag for himself. 3k on board, Doxer, the best that he could find for himself, and that's where Aster Army gets the first one for themselves. But MLT Esports, once again, economically, I won't say that this is a sheriff buy round that comes in for them, though, because they can invest onto Spectres and maybe Bulldogs and have a good economy still to manage in the second round itself. But see, execution, again, Paradox on the lurk. He's going to be outside the A. Let's see if he's able to find anything. The reveal comes up. Positions not being compromised onto one tap god inside the side. Already Kohli, he is inside the smoke, and that's where one tap god manages to shut him down. There's going to be the investment of Hunter's Fury coming up from the sides of MLT Esports. Will it find anything is the question. Well, the answer is a big no. The spike is planted, and where is Paradox though? I mean, still trying to figure out. He's inside the side with his team right present there. The aftershock comes up, but look at one tap god. He is not ready to stop. Finds one onto Rio as well, and Aster Army have been completely denied for their numbers.
3 people still, they can definitely try and play for it. Position note for Kishni. He tries to go in for the play. Does not anticipate easy on that corner, and that is just going to be a simple, smooth wrap up. 3 frags for one tap god in the previous round. So, doing a very solid job with that execute. Now, what I love about Medal's adjustment was that even though their C hit last time did not work out when they pushed in all 5 from the garage, this time they all went in from the main, went for a very fast, very quick execute, and one tap got just opening up the side for his own teammates, and the utility usage was also very well done. And I really love the investment of the Hunter's Fury, because Blackhawk made sure that there was no one coming in from the CT to try and stop that plant. So every single step that was taken was so precise, so calculated. Aster Army just did not have any chance in the previous round. But let's see how things are going to turn out in this one. Because again, see noise being made. Now again, it is just the noise. No one has pushed up. And it seems Aster Army have an idea that this might actually be a bait, since they're not leaving their own stacked places.
Yep. Rio, he has a sheriff to walk around with. He's going to be way too aggressive towards the A side itself. The reveal, does it come up? No, for now Rio, he needs to go behind. They have the information towards the A shot. It's going to be Kishi. But again, they need to go back to their positions, because aggressing too much can just lead them into a lot of problems. Again, it's going to be one tap god with the perfect dashy. Look where he is, right behind the back of these players. Kishi finds one. That's going to be easy, but one tap god, your team needs you on side. He has already made his way towards the city. One tap god shuts down Kohli. Levi is still inside the side. The smoke fades away and takes the life for Levi out there. Paradox shuts him down. Doxer, a 1 versus 2 is what is on stake for him right now, which is going to be way too difficult. I mean, look at his positioning. It's going to be the camera that give away his location as well. And it's just so difficult. Paradox waiting for that contact. I mean, come on, they know where he is right now. All they need to do is just wait or play the patience game, maybe. He's not even taking down the camera. Oh, finally he did, Doxer.
He did.
The
He
first
did.
time he did not. The second time he definitely did. Comes up,
Oh,
peeks in, finds Paradox. This is doable. This is yet doable, but that's going to be Vim who puts the last nail into the coffin. Doxer shuts him down, and MLT Esports gets the fourth one on board. This is such a messy round. I mean, you know, one tap card.
Yes.
He dashed inside the side. He went towards the CT directly, and there were 3 players towards the graffiti. But still, somehow, MLT
Did
Esports
not
just
clear them
managed to
off.
take it back for themselves. Yeah, Kishi converted 2 though in that specific round.
Mhm. And there was this one more thing, right? He was walking into through those smokes, and when he was just going
Smokes,
towards
yeah.
the graffiti, he was basically moving in the aftershock. He was literally moving inside the aftershock, though still he managed to find one person off guard. They did not anticipate he would push up so deep, and there are already 3 people on site. Either way, that was a very well planned out round. This time, the lockdown is available, and Rolling Thunder for Middle Esports, though. So they can probably go and trade those ultimates, Koji quickly taking one down, so that's no Manula left available. Rio somehow manages to take out Wim, so that's the Rolling Thunder out of the picture though. Lockdown invested way too early, and along with the Aftershocks investment, one tap god finally shuts Rio down. And he's holding that one close angle, been spotted Levi. That is going to be a massive play from Aster Army, as the spike will be diffused, and there's nothing that Blackhawk could do.
2-4, Aster Army. They are still getting those rounds for themselves. MLT Esports not really sure on you know, what went down in that specific round, honestly. But again, close this match is going to be, that's what we have already anticipated onto. On the other side, MLT Esports, I'm really liking the way it all started for them. The first round, the second round itself. In the third round, yes, they were not able to capitalize, but again, they somehow managed to get it back in the fourth round. So it's going great. It all completely depends upon the coordination, and the way it has been for the sides of MLT Esports right now. It's looking great. On the other side, Aster Army, they are back, and they right now know what to do right.
Yeah, their backs are up. Their backs were up against the wall at that point. So that is one thing. But I would still say that in the previous round, they did a pretty solid job of going in for a very quick retake. Now, that is one thing Middle Esports have to adjust according to. They've been going for some solid hits. They've been having some free plants. This time, that was
Yeah.
not allowed. It was entirely denied. So maybe take a step back, go for a very slow round again, try and make some noise towards the one side of the map, post a player up there. I've been saying this time and time again, but the lurk play is something that I want to see more coming in from middle. They go in for full 5-man hit. I just want to see them going up, posting a person into one place of the map, and then trying to make some noise towards the other side. But let's see how things are going to pan out in this one, as the A push was shut down. The C push has been a little problematic, so they're this time looking in towards a B hit, to where the smoke has just been put down after shock. Some attention being shown. Spike will go down, but Aster Army would have to play for a full retake.
You know, the reason they are trying to push in one tap god for that plant is going to be that he can dash back easily. He can just come out and dash back easily out of that side, but the backstab, Blackhawk gets taken down coming up from Kishi. There was a tap coming up, but the Rolling Thunder will be invested onto it. Now it's going to be not just from one, but both of this end. One tap god, good for one. Paradox finds one more. Oh, he doubles it up for himself, and that's going to be Kohli. Done for 2 versus 2 is what it looks like for now. Diffusal, yes, it is
Oh,
being
the
stick from
diffusal.
Levi on the other side, but Rio and Levi, they just managed to shut down both of these players. The positioning did not work out for the sides of MLT Esports, and that is going to be the third one on board. Aster Army slowly and steadily taking it to an equalizer. Might just be a 4-all that we can talk about a while ago, but MLT Esports, they invested onto the Rolling Thunder though, but that did not get them anything. Now they have the Cosmic Divide to work around with, and that's going to be Blade Storms coming up from the sides of Aster Army.
That is true. Maybe they can try and play with that Cosmic Divide for a C plant, leaving this just that one small corner of the C for their vision, then go for a plant, play for long. They can try and do that. They'll be having a good solid positioning for the long spray down as well. And there's just Blade Storm to work with for Aster Army. Yet another round. This time seems to be an ace played, but Kishi, what? Paradox still wins us straight out somehow. Alright, so they've got the pick that they needed. Aftershock gonna push them backwards, and so will Paradox shut down Rio. He quickly went in for a trade as well as his chalk dart, securing a pick. And Wimp wins it out against Levi in that breach duel as well. It's a 3v2 situation. Definitely doable for Aster Army, but the spike has now been planted and Kohli is up in the heaven.
Yep, Kohli can be a game changer out here. Blackhawk. He needs
One
to
enemy
if he
remaining,
peeks,
brother.
okay, come on.
Oh
He
my
does peek and he
God.
finds one onto Kohli. Doxer again on the backstab. They do anticipate him to be there. I mean, yeah, definitely. They do not have a killjoy whatsoever, so they do not have the sheer information. But if nowhere, then it's going to be
The
backstab, that's for sure.
timing.
Yup, it can
Oh
be
my
of a problem for
God.
Doxer. It is, as Blackhawk shuts him down. MLT Esports, they will be denying Aster Army the equalizer. And that's why, I keep on emphasizing on the fact that it's a bit difficult to take down MLT Esports on the map of Haven itself. It just seems like MLT Esports, they are really comfortable. As I said a while ago, right, for the map of Bind itself, it's Aster Army and their home ground. I wouldn't say it's a home ground for MLT Esports. I mean, yeah, we have seen them struggling at points, but again, they just tend to win out few rounds here and there, take the lead for themselves, keep it for themselves, and deny their opponents. Once again, economically not a great run for the sides of Aster Army. Hunter's Fury invested onto Levi, trying to peek. Marshall shot gets connected, but that's just damage that he needs to satisfy himself with. As one tap god will be shutting him down. Kishi good for one. No, just doubles it up, shuts down. One tap god as well. 4v3 yet doable. MLT Esports have lost their numbers. A execution has been put on a hold, and now this will be Doxer on backstab again. Now that they do not have the cipher, they have lost
could be
Paradox.
everything.
It means the opportunities are open, but Doxer, all he had was a classic to work around with. Could not connect. Two perfect headshots coming up, and that's where MLT Esports will tend to shut him down. But yet, two remaining players, and the weapons have been already retrieved. So, what more can MLT Esports do is the question. Cosmic Divide, yes, it is available. But again, risking it for one round where you do not have the surety can be a big problem. But hey, look, there's a rotation coming up from the sides of Aster Army, and they've made themselves completely go towards the A side. There's just Rio alone who would be somewhere towards their spawn. But the A
30
execution
seconds
slowly and
left.
steadily, MLT Esports is trying to make their way towards the A side. And they might just go in for a comfortable plant as well.
They're actually going to invest in the Cosmic Divide, maybe? No, just put up the smoke. Rio now should be able to give the cue to his teammates that it's an A plant. Yep, they'll be coming in. They'll be doubling down from the CT while Omen is just going to make sure to come for a backstab. Now, this is a very solid play coming in from MLT Esports, making sure that they were able to sell that double fake. Now, Kishi has got to make something up. He has already got two with that blade storm. It's a very solid HP. Kohli gets easy down. Vim shutting down Kishi though. That's 1-for-1. 2v1 situation now. He goes in for the aftershock. I don't think so. He had an idea that even Omen was there. So that was a very good play coming in. And a defuse. Aster Army gets their fourth. Now, what I really think was that they all maybe just underestimated the potential of Aster Army and did not realize how Kishi with that blade storm could also work wonders. And that's exactly what happened.
He converted two important frags out of his name. And they were way too crucial, right? Now Kishi has invested onto an operator. That again is a bold statement. Every single time this man manages to take out such a huge weaponry, you need to understand that it's just getting serious now. Kishi, he needs to convert at least one. For now, he's going to be towards the C side, so there's no chance that he will be able to find one. But for now, MLT Esports once again towards the A is what the execution maybe looks like. I mean, it's just the start of the round yet, so will that be the case? Time will definitely show us. But on the other side, towards the shot as well, there's going to be a lot of players. Doxer does have his complete eye. Easy jump fakes, yes, but they need to be very, very careful. Cypher, that's going to be Paradox on the complete other side towards the garage for a lurk as well. So B side is completely left open. The aftershock and the shot wants to come up. There's going to be a lot of information. One tap god dashes in, not the best position. Doxer towards the shot, finds him, shuts him down, gets a trade. Blackhawk, good for two, maybe a three. Yes, he finds the third one. That's going to be Rio done for. Black Hawk today is on a different mode activated, but Paradox and the Lurk wasn't successful to find any single thing. 2 versus 2 at what it looks like. Graffiti, yes, that's going to be Black Hawk, and Under Haven is where one of the players is present. Now they are going to prepare themselves playing on the cross, but why would he peek in that way? Black Hawk gets taken down, and now it all goes down to Wim being the last surviving player. There's one player towards the shot, and the position is not at all anticipated. Yeah, he does expect a backstab, but Wim, he just turns around randomly and shuts him down. The aftershock is perfect, converts the second one, clutches it out for his team. Ladies and gentlemen, MLT Esports gets the 6th one on board. Aster Army yet with 4.
And Wimp had no reaction whatsoever. You saw it in his player cam as well.
Yeah.
What is this shot? Just look at that. He saw just a couple of pixels of his arm and was easily able to take him down. But Wim, what a play. Anticipating the backstab, knew that since the operator is towards the graffiti, that would not be a problem. He went in for a safe positioning behind the boxes. He had to obviously watch out 2 different angles, but I would just say that his timing worked out perfectly. He peeked in at the perfect angle at the perfect time, got the pick on Kohli. And I was about to say that Kohli needs to be the one to make a play there. But somehow, even
Yeah.
after that, we did see Kishi is the one who gave the opening to his team with that operator, getting that one pick. Now, I think so. The idea behind that peak was that they both were double peaking that one graffiti angle, that link tunnel, right? So I think so.
Yeah.
They were thinking maybe if in case Aster Army were doubling up onto that, they would be easily able to take them down through a kind of crossfire setup. What they did not anticipate was that Kishi would be on the operator, and all he needs is just an arm pixel to take you down. So he utilized that
Yeah.
perfectly. Black Ops was taken down, but using that information on the back of it, they knew that there was only one person there. The second one's probably going to be coming in from the backstab. So they just quickly decided the Wimp is going to position behind the box to get ready to play for the backstab first. Since Kishi made the first play, it's time for Kohli to come out and show his true colors as well. Which he tried to do so, but was shut down right then and there. Very solid play, but we're going to jump into the next round. 6-4 is the scoreline.
Cosmic Divide comes up and so is the case with Hunter's Fury. One tap God once again. This time, it's him finding 2 well Kishi. He does manage to convert one with the judge towards the shot, but does not matter. One tap God gets the numbers for themselves. There's going to be the investment of the neural theft as well. 3 important ults being invested in this round to get 1 round is what Medal did. And they have the numbers, but on the other side, the Omen ult to work around with the side of Aster Army. Now, it's all about the post-plant situation that we can talk because the spike is already planted. And look at the positioning, the aftershock coming up. One tap God will be hit back by Paranoia. It all goes down to one last remaining player. Paradox puts the last nail into the coffin. MLT Esports, they get the 7th one on board. And now it all goes down to one last remaining round before the switch. Now, here's where thing might change. You look at the number of ultimates the side the Aster Army do have. They have the Omen ult to work around with. I mean, yeah, on the defensive side, you might just call it an expensive recon. But alongside that, they have the Rolling Thunder. This is a huge ultimate for retake. They can actually, either deny them the side with the Rolling Thunder or maybe just put it so precisely that the post-plan scenario, I mean, for the retake, works the best for them. But on the other side, it's just one tap God with the Blade Storm for himself. So it depends on whether it might just be an 8-5. That's my a 7-5. My bad. That's just an assumption. But let's see, will that be the case?
That's exactly the type of math I had back a few days ago. Either way, so I exactly feel what you're feeling right now. Let's quickly look into the round as of now. Oh my god, how much space is Paradox able to take? But Kishi's angle is not anticipated, goes in for a dash and shuts down 3 people. No point if Paradox takes the entire site as long as the spike has not crossed. Kishi just making the play of his lifetime in this round. Gets 3 people with that judge and he has not shown any kind of aggression since the entirety of the half. So might as well just show it right now. There we go. Paradox catching the backstabber already. So they know there's 1 person on the backstab with 2 coming in from the CT. Now there we go. From the shadows used up as well alongside with the flash. Levi do not want to jump into the smoke without any more utilities. Try to clear the angle. Gets the hit shot as well. He actually moves out of the smoke without respecting anything, only for Kohli to jump in and save the day for his team. Toxer was low HP as well, and a very solid round by Aster Army on the back of a play made by Kishi. With a judge in that corner, up close and personal. My goodness. This dash. It
Exactly.
was
I mean,
so
Kishi,
beautiful.
it's not that uh, Aster Army is going in for these plays for the very first time. It's been them in those corners. I mean, we've seen them doing this before as well, right? This is not the first time that Astro Army is doing that. I'm not really sure on how did Middle not anticipate that. And it was even if it was either one player going down to that judge, it would have been all right. But it was five players running in a marathon towards the A site itself, and still no one, literally no one checked that one corner, which made them, lose the 8-4. This would have been an 8-4, right? This would definitely have been an 8-4, but this is a 7-5 now, which is yet way too close. Kishi, 39 HP has been brought down to one tap caught on the shot, way too early to peak, but still managed to find one, maybe the second one as well. Yes, precise connections. Blackhawk shuts down Kishi out there. Aster Army, quick execution is what they did prior towards the A site itself, but it was a complete shutdown of players, and it all
Last
goes down to
player
two of
standing.
them. Oh well, as I say that, it's Levi joining the same party. It all goes down to Rio and his one shock dart as the last remaining player.
Recon in the 10 seconds, but that's basically him revealing out his own position. It's got the spike in hand and now will not have any area to work with. Position noted down. One tap god. That's one pick that he can do, but ace or nothing is going to be what his teammates are saying to him right now. And that's Swim quickly shutting him down. Securing another pistol. Middle have been playing their pistol rounds perfectly, literally to utmost perfection at this point, because they've basically got every single pistol round whenever they have been playing in on the map of Haven, and that is always. So, looks apart. We still see 8-5 scoreline, not a huge difference. It's going to push down Aster Army yet again for another save. They're still invested in a Marshal and a couple of Sheriffs, so maybe doable, but I don't think so they would be able to get a full buy in the next round. Maybe they would have to work with a few half shields. However, on the other side, Middle, the rifle, bulldogs to work with, and easy, just showing the power of that weapon on the long range. The spike is towards the seaside, so the amount of space being taken towards that A is insane, and easy yet again gets another person standing from the exact same angle that I saw him last time standing on. It's like that's where his castle is. That I'm going to stand there, I'm going to peek from here, I'm going to kill people from here.
True though. One tap god on the other side. He has taken the A control completely for himself. I mean, look at his positioning. He just does not want to give away the A control whatsoever. Slowly and steadily just going back. It's just down to three remaining players of Aster Army. MLT Esports have had a lot of investments being made. Kishi did try to connect one martial shot coming up on the sides of Paradox, but it was either ways Paradox shutting him down. And now it's all down to one players towards the C. Long, one towards the A. Information, yes, one tap god does have the best of the information to work around with the passing. Running Lear and their Kohli. He gets denied by one tap god. Doxer and his Sheriff left all alone. His location is compromised onto. Finds the best perfect frag onto Blackhawk. Shuts down Wimp as well. He's so low. He is denied two important weaponaries coming up from him. But one tap god, he finds him, shuts him down. And the ninth one on board for the sides of MLT Esports. Three players yet alive. They do have few Bulldogs and one Vandal from the previous round itself. On the other side, Aster Army, once again, a full buy round.
Indeed. Now there's one thing that Aster Army I personally feel like was not doing great, especially in the pistol round when it came to that. And it is that Kishi went into the side way faster than his other players could even give him the backup for. They went in for that split, so yeah, in the Sivers, their fight did not go in their favor. That's one thing. But even the players who were standing in the A main, they could not follow Kishi up. So I think so there was just some miscommunication coming in that one round. However, in this one, let's see how Aster Army work things out. A lot of space has been taken already towards the A. You can already see they've basically cleared everything. And this could be detrimental as a lot of information given. And that is going to be one tap god quickly tugging tails, running back towards the A side as they found out that everyone was just outside B and C. They're strolling the back yet again, and they've got an idea that B could be the place where the hit might go to. Still, let's just stay put, stay safe. They've still got the entirety of the control. Now, there's one lurk play they should be careful of. However, apart from that, that's a very nice shot coming in from Kushi.
Why would
Shuts
you
down
peek it
one
that
tap
way,
god.
one tap god? That's an instant denial of a Vandal coming up, and that was such an important weaponry out there for the entirety of Medal Esports. Now, it all goes down to Wim. Oh no. Oh, he converts one. Easy finds
Oh,
one
no
more right towards
way.
the back. Rio. Now, that's what happens when the site is not completely cleared. Aster Army tend to lose their number. Paradox finds one more, and that's going to be Cody. This might just be an easy denial of a full buy round. Paradox shuts down Levi as well. The defusal comes in, and that's going to be Medal Esports. A perfect round being converted. They are going to retrieve all the weaponry as well, and that's going to be them maybe giving all their players opportunity to get their ultimates way too quicker than it should be. But hey, that round, I mean, one tap god you are peaking while being on such low health was a bit of a mishap happening. But again, Easy and Wimp, they just converted it, they just turned the table around. And then it was just Paradox all around with those double frags, and they've lost their full buy round. Aster Army losing the full buy just does not mean a 5-10 but a 5-11 scoreline as Medal Esports. They will be looking great in terms of their economy right now. And Aster Army, they'll be needing to go in maybe with some sheriffs for themselves. That's about it. Vandal will be instantly going in for a timeout. He understands how important this is. If they let the sides of Medal Esports have this momentum, it's going to be so difficult.
I mean, there were just so many mistakes coming out from Aster Army in this round. Yes, you can say one tap god just getting a little too ahead of himself, peeking into that angle was definitely not the best of the decision. But when you're up by 5-4, you've got the numbers advantage, you've got your lurker posted up towards the C cubby, and you're going in for the executor on towards the B side. I'm still surprised why there were only 3 people, and one was planting. The rest of them were just watching one angle. They were both looking towards the left side. No one anticipated there could also be someone coming in from the right side, so you had to clear the entirety of the side. And if you posted one of the lurker, what I personally feel is that all 4 of you should have to go in the side. You've got to take control of the side first before you can go for the plant. That's a problematic situation, but let me tell you, what's even more problematic is this fight right here, which Rio now somehow equalizes by getting 2 picks with this sheriff one tap god. She was not even looking in his directions. Like, Mabut was lost at that point and has now lost the spike as well.
I mean, come on, he was just trying to retrieve the weaponry and make his way back towards his teammates, but that did not work out in his favor. Easy! Easy! What's going on the other side? Easy gets taken down, and that's going to be a lot of weaponry retrieved. Medal Esports. Oh, that's going to be an important fight, and Blackhawk manages to shut down Rio. It all goes down to one last remaining player. The spike is down though outside the B site itself, so they can actually go in and maybe guard the spike rather than just roaming around in the entire map. I mean, look at them; they are all around the map itself. Outside B is where I can see Doxer. God, it can be difficult. No, you should not have let it go down to a 1v1, my friend. Now it's going to be way too difficult. Towards the seaside, yes, that's what the execution looks like for the sides of Doxer. And if they lose onto this round, it's just going to be so problematic. You should not have let it go down towards a 1v1 completely. Hunter's Fury, yes, it is available to invest onto the spike, gets planted for the long. And now it all goes down to Blackhawk. He does have the reveal though, so that's going to be a plus point for him. And the shock darts as well, alongside Aldrone to work around with. So, can change things around, but the turret is going to give him a lot of information. Yeah, he has everything that he needs to work around with, but time is what needs to be played on towards the side. There's going to be no one. The player is present right towards the long. No way Doxer will clutch it out with a 3k onto his name. And that is going to be Medal Esports losing on a round they should not be. Aster Army, they got the best of that round, and you have to give it to Doxer. I mean, towards the other side completely. I'm not sure what's. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
was easy exactly up to out there. But this was Medal Esports round. Why would you let it down to a 1v1? The spike was right outside the B side. Rather than, going around in the entirety of the map, they would have waited right besides the spike. Maybe a cross, maybe something to guard the spike at least, which would have got them the round. But and also that was a save coming up from Aster Army. So this means they've got an important round here. Look at Paradox in his position is so aggressive. Kohli finds him. Paradox. And that's an
That is
initial number
just
loss.
absolutely. And this time, oh my goodness, the timing, but whiffs every single shot. Rio gets the pick. Doctor finally shuts CZ down as well. And it's already a 4v2 situation. That was not good at all. Super messy, nonetheless. Shock dart just a little wide. Could not clear that out. Spike has been planted. Every single one running into the main. They've got the Hunter's Fury on Rio, so that's basically him playing for the after plant position. There's an operator that Middle definitely can play with, but the question is, how will they be able to convert this to V4? As now the two people are re-clearing the garage, so also possibly threatening that crossfire. Fault Line did give the positioning. 5 HP down already. Levi needs to play it safe, and the choice is going to be
Save.
a save. I think so. They've heard the footsteps, so we might possibly see them maybe going for the chase. Yeah, they're gonna go for the hunt. They will probably at least send one person for the hunt. No, they do not. All right, so
They are.
now,
Yeah.
now two consecutive rounds, one after the other. So in that one, I just think that both of the teams were just somehow finding ways to throw the round. Easy, just bunny hopping into C main, and then Blackhawk not staying near the spike. That is one thing that you always feel should be known by the players, wherein if a spike is down at one angle, you know that you're watching just another part of the map, maybe, trying to find that lurker. That does not always work out. So Sova just needed to double up with Jet at that point. They needed to play together. And one tap God could also have called him out that, maybe join me in towards the spike. So that is one thing that maybe I feel Medal made a mistake where they could not just grab that round. And in the previous one, it was just a very quick hit coming in towards the C side. This time, Enjoy Lockdown being committed towards the B as well. So they're trying to break it. Maybe they've got a couple of utilities.
Paradox.
Pings on towards the map. They have actually broken the lockdown and they managed to get a pick as well on Kishi.
Not just one, but two. And that's the third one down as well. One tap got shuts down Kohli. Good executions coming up from the sides of Medal Esports now. It all goes down to two remaining players. Aster Army. What's the plan like is the question. Investments were made in terms of the ultimates as well, but that just did not work out to be the best. One tap god, yes, he does have the best angle to work around with. Might just convert one. Patience is all that he needs to have as soon as Levi comes up. One tap god managed to shut him down. But what's going on? Doxer, he is trying to take him down. Does not matter for now. The spike is down. Doxer is into a complete sandwich position. Outside garage, towards window, outside the seaside as well. There are players all around him. And that's going to be a flawless that rolls in for the sides of Medal Esports. Aster Army, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's just one team making the mistakes, but there are small mistakes being committed from both of these teams. And that's where things might just change. But yet, the way Astro Army has performed previously. Him any single thing whatsoever, but Rio with the Hunters Fury managed to get back the numbers for the sides of Aster Army.
Here.
As that's going to be one more player done for now. Medal Esports, things are not looking that great for them. I mean, look at one tap god. He's just so low, barely surviving with 18 of his health. He need to have that patience.
Here.
But the smoke is going to prevail. A lot of information coming up for the sides of one tap god. The operator shots will be denied. The spike will be retrieved and they are again making their way maybe towards the A side. But hey, look at the positioning towards A. Look at the hold coming up from the sides of MLT Esports. This can be vulnerable, but at the same time, this can actually work.
Definitely, but
Ah, B.
that is if Blacko gets Sega. Yeah, the senses are tingling at this point.
30
But
seconds
no,
left.
they're still going towards the same thing. Angle not watched out for. That's 1% taken down. Support coming in. That's going to be the flash. And the spam. Dogser quickly shuts him down as well without him causing any more problems for the team. Now Kohli's position, he jumps down. He'll basically be lower on that HP, but one tap got. There seems to be a gap in the smoke. He can try and find a pit if possible. But no one's just giving him any kind of peek. 3v3 situation. Position noted for Wimp in the event. Officer shuts him down with that headshot. Then no, another person has the graffiti. The spray down is there, and Levi just shuts every single one of them. And that's going to be the air round put up. Aster Army still not giving up, still showing signs of life. Embers out there burning. The question is how quickly can Middle put an end to it?
You know,
Or if
I
that Ember is basically going to turn everything into a forest fire.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be true. Come on. I really wanted to, point out one thing that happened in the previous round. So, when Aster Army did not plan to make it towards the A side, it was a perfect cross being hold from the sides of MLT Esports. Two players. That's gonna be the Sova and the Breach. Wimp was really aggressive towards the A side, and there was the other player, the Sova, right behind towards the long. Okay. And they had a perfect cross. So either ways, if someone would just come walking down to take Wimp, I mean, just eliminate him, it would have been the Sova from the other side who would take him down, and that would have been saving their teammates as well as getting the numbers, right? But what happened when the sides of Aster Army did actually go in for that play, it was Wimp who found the best of that first frag, but there was no one to cover him. The position was left, and that's where everything went haywire. If there would have been, the sides of Blackhawk present at the same position he was before, they would have saved Wimp. They would have got those frags as well, and it would have been medal to get the match point. But yeah, timing is all the game is about, and that's where things did not work in their favor. MLT Esports right now, Cosmic Divide alongside the Neural Theft. On the other side is just going to be the Blade Storms.
Well, it is what it is. That's what people say. 8-11 is the score. And technical timeout is what's on our screen. We'll let you guys know as soon as we even find out the reason why there's a technical timeout. Maybe a disconnect issue, but nonetheless. And yeah, I would definitely agree with you on the fact where in middle, yeah, it seems that they're kinda, taking it a little too easy. And Aster Army is capitalizing on to that. Now it is already the eliminator match. It's a best of 3. Yes, you can play easy in first map, understandable. But I still think that if that map is your pick and one of your strongest points, even if you are an elite, it's better to close it out as early as possible to stop the momentum and the confidence buildup of your opponents. Because think of it in this way, right? Aster Army, they'd be moving on to the next map with a lot of confidence, thinking that even though the first map was not their pick, they still were able to, get at least 8 rounds, maybe double digits if possible for them to get 2 more rounds, or maybe, take it to overtime. So they will be having that confidence to work in second map, and second map is the place where it seems that they are way too much comfortable. It's going to be Lotus. So you already know Aster Army has got an edge over MLT Esports over that. 5 months is a very long time whenever you're talking about a competitive scene and playing a map, because you do not know what kind of strategies and what kind of micro adjustments your opponents put in front of you. So that is something that you are always worried about. Now, one thing that I'm also worried about is the buy coming in from middle, as 4 people have picked up half shields. For Blackhawk, I can understand, but why the rest of the 3? That is the question. I mean, Paradox has 2,800 creds, so why not invest 600 more to get a full shield?
Wouldn't mind saying it is what it is once again, though, but for now, 8-11 is what the scoreline looks like. One tap caught, good for one. Maybe we'll double it up. Yes, it does. Levi shut down. One tap caught. Just justifying why he is known to be one tap caught. Triples it up for himself. And now it might just be KC. The 4K coming up. Might just be an ace, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is. One tap caught. You beauty. You monster. And ace coming up to get the sides of Medal Esports to the match point. The way every single player just walked in his crosshair. I mean, the jump peak, he did even shut down the jump peak coming up from Kohli. And that's the perfect possible way to get Medal Esports to the match point.
Can understand about every single thing, but where are the utilities?
Exactly.
Why peeking in an operator one after the other? Why not even trying for a double peek? Nonetheless, let's go. Possibly a last one that's going to be rolling thunder. Invested QC. Gonna dodge it away. That's going to be him dashing inside the side. Oh, trying to find the position. Still, a couple of people they got to take care of. That's a very solid flash. Wim shuts him down. Kohli was able to take Black down, but Wim still controlling the side for himself as he gets 3K. This time he's the one who's not stopping at all, and that's going to be one tap god. Gets the final shot into the head of Doxa, and that's middle. Closing things out with a 13-8. I was talking about momentum. I was talking about confidence. Now that is a way to shut every single thing down, and you to have that to move into the next map. That is a very solid ace coming in, and I would still say a statement from one tap god. You disrespect me. You don't use utilities on me when I'm watching an angle. You are going to fall one after the other. No matter if you give a wide peak. No matter if you go for a jump peak. And I have questions. Why one after the other? Why not two people at once? Why not utilities? We've got flashes to work with. I mean, Breach is known for pushing people back from a single angle.
Yeah. One tap god, come on. I mean, he denied the jump peak as well. He got players walking in his crosshair. And for the last frag to get his ace onto his name, he had the crosshair right on point. He just dashed out. He took the last frag and he took the ace onto his name. It was just him having another normal day at the office itself. But to start off the map of Haven itself, it has all been about the sides of Black Hawk. I mean, look at him. The first round, he got it for his team with a 4K. One tap god got an ace. We have so much to talk about. Every single time you look at the map, you just realize that Medal Esports, and this is the reason I keep on saying Medal Esports has one of the best fragging potential players out there, but it's just the team play that sometimes do falter. But today, yes, there were rounds that they did tend to make mistakes, but at the end of the day, they got a 13-8 scoreline and they got the map of Haven for themselves. That's going to be more than enough.
It just feels that after that 11-8, the timeout that they took, it was their coach being like, all right guys, that is it. No more bunny hopping in the mains. All right.
Yeah.
No more running on without the guns with knives in the hand. Let's shut it down. Let's close things out. And they did that perfectly. We can see that even in the highlights that we're watching right now. Aster Army, when they were on the attack, they tried every single thing possible, but they just could not break through that defense. And just look at the way how Medal were going in for their attacking rounds as well, playing it absolutely to utmost perfection, wherein that you cannot push inside a smoke without any kind of utilities. Let's quickly have a look at the MVPs from both of these teams, and it's checked one tap god, 24-14 0. Outworldly performance coming in from him, 313 ACS with first kills, that is 5 of them. So that's exactly what you want from your duelist.
You definitely do. First five first kills on his name, which is going to be huge. On the other side, when it went down to him having that operator, I don't think I need to even emphasize on it more on what amount of destruction he just showcased us. On the other side, I have to give it to the sides of Aster Army. I mean, they did try their level best when it went down to their executions. But somewhere down the line, it wasn't enough, right? In the map of Haven, as I keep on saying it again and again, for going up against Medal, you need to do something out of the box that just cannot stop Medal Esports, because if they get the momentum, it's going to be done for, and that's what is the case like. Now, you see, one tap got in the previous round. As soon as he got that ace, the entire team had a boost in themselves, and they just were so confident. We could see that in the last round, where Aster Army, they were just falling down like dominoes. More or less, the match was already done when it was one tap god getting that ace on his name. But on the other side, again, Aster Army, yes, a good try coming up from their end in the map of Haven itself. The scoreline goes down to a 1-0 in favor of MLT Esports. Now it depends upon what it is like for the second map of Lotus, because as said, the ball can just roll into anyone's courtyard right now. But yeah, one tap god, the spotlight is what he has right now, being the MVP of this match. 1.71 of an KDR to be maintained.
Again, he basically got a single kill every round, and even more than that, 1.7. That ace was the final nail in the coffin onto the team. I mean, you just think about that peaks time and time again, and you just know one tap god played it to utmost perfection. So Aster Army now have to find out some kind of answer in their map 2. They need to bring themselves out of this pressure situation, and they've got to just brush it off. It's all right. It happened. It was Haven. It was already a playground for one tap god and his boys. So now they have to look forward to the next map. They have to brush every single pressure off. Otherwise, it's going to show up in their gameplay. And we already know that they played Lotus against GGEZ, and I cannot just stop to mention time and time again how well GGEZ played onto Lotus, that they were able to shut down Aster Army entirely. But nonetheless, we would have to find that out after the break, guys, as it's going to be Aster Army up against, nonetheless, MLT Esports onto the map of Lotus. That would be the pick of Aster Army, and in order to find that out, who wins that one, make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back.
on it. Drum on the rail, I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show where she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a boss, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Jump on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell, that for the sale, yeah. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics I needed from Charlotte. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging their darts, make 'em reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycoon and I'm Dre with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm clutch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I spit shit from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like it's surgery. She been curving you just to flirt with me. Totally tucked off, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. If they on their ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. This facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Really outside with it. Run with it. Run with it. Run with it.
5 seconds is where the countdown started from, guys. We are back again. Lenovo Intel presents the Esports Club Challenger Series 2023 official VCT Off season event. And guess what? This time I'm on the casting desk with Darshita, who's always been telling how good ViewSonic's gaming monitor is. You know, they're partnering with us. They are the ones who'll be sponsoring, and those monitors are just amazing. And she's also given me the review of once she uses it. It's just super perfect. So why not give it a try? And we, in the meantime, will quickly get the teams ready for game number 2, as it's going to be Aster Army up against none other than MLT Esports.
Aster Army up against the sides of MLT Esports. This is the match number 2, ladies and gentlemen, that we are talking about, because the match 1, the map of Haven, is already done for with a good scoreline. That is a 13-8 scoreline I'm talking about. MLT Esports did manage to get that map for themselves, and in the overall best of 3 series, it is going to be MLT Esports who does have an advantage. The first map victory that they have for themselves. On the other side, now, here's the thing. Lotus can be anyone's game. We have seen the sides of Aster Army do play Lotus, but then it all went down to them having maybe the good end as well and the bad end as well. So, not really sure on who will get this one, but One Tap got in his confidence, because, you know, in the previous match itself, it all went down to him having that perfect ace. And that's where he might just be way too confident right now. On Raze is what we do see him. Alongside that, that's going to be Viper, Omen, a double controller setup coming up from the sides of MLT Esports. Maybe a double controller from Aster as well. Yeah, that's going to be the case.
Love the fact that both of the teams have picked up Viper, right? Because I'm a Viper main. I really love seeing Viper. And yes, I'm just a Viper one trick, because I always pick Viper on Ascent as well, which does not work out well. That's why I'm in silver. Yeah, that's why I'm in silver. Yes, I am a Viper main. I always pick Viper, and I only pick Viper. Even on Ascent, that's the thing, right? I, as a caster, know for a fact that you need to pick Omen on Ascent. But I forget everything at that time, and I'm just gonna lock in Viper. Either ways, not talking about me at all. Let's quickly switch things up back. Aster Army, middle. Now, you know, I'm really glad that Agent Select was started so early on, because I was losing a facts to say, especially when we're talking about medal, as they've not played Lotus at all in 5 months. That is just way too much, a very long time. But this one thing and one fact that could actually work out in their favor, and that is, it's the fact itself that they haven't played Lotus in a very long time. So other teams do not know what kind of strategies can they cook up and they can bring onto the table. While if you're watching Aster Army, if you watch the game of GGEZ, you already know what you need to do and how you need to work around with those specific choke points of the map. And since we're already talking about the choke points, let's have a look at them, as well as we'll be jumping into map number 2, people. It's already medal winning 1-0. So Aster Army have got to win this one and have got to make a comeback in order to force a map 3. Let's see how things actually turn out, as we'll be jumping into Lotus.
Now, if I talk from the sides of MLT Esports, if all, it's Aster Army getting this map and then taking it to be in the map of Bind itself, it's going to be way too difficult for MLT Esports. As important as it is for the sides of Aster Army, it's way more important for MLT Esports right now, because risking it to the match of to the map of Bind itself, it's going to be a huge risk, right? We know how strong Aster Army is. Both of the maps from here on are in the favors of Aster Army. So MLT Esports, it's right now, it's now or never, because Bind, it's the home ground for Aster Army, and you just cannot deny them, as it is for the sides of Middle and, you know, the map of Haven. But oh, come on, are we starting this map with a technical timeout? I mean, all right, map of Lotus, a lot of suspense that we all do have right now, but okay, everything is sorted for, and we will be soon heading towards the match itself. Now, to start things off, MLT Esports, that's going to be Wimp, who is on a KJ, and he'll be going in for a complete look towards the A side, maybe trying to hold the players back, and the execution more or less seems to be a B or maybe a C hit coming up.
One-way smoke on both of the angles towards C, so no one's going to jump towards that side, at least for now. So they'll be looking forward towards A yet again, and that is where the Viper wall was. And since they're running with the double controller, they do not have to worry about the smokes, as stairs have already been smoked off. No one opening up the door, so that's one thing that they know, that no one's coming in from there. All rushing in from the main. Another smoke going back at Heaven. One tap God controlling the fall. No one's just jumping in for now. They've already spotted a couple of heads, so they know that there are a couple of people out there. That's a very good pop flash play coming in. They've already got one pick, and they're trying to go in for the second. Easy. He's got to follow it up with his teammates, as Blackhawk is the one who will get that pick. The third one as well. Easy and Blackhawk controlling every single thing towards the city, as Levi will now jump in. And he'll be good for only one. As Rio is the last man standing and the last one to fall as well. Medal winning another pistol now.
MLT Esports and the pistol round is a better love story than Twilight, I would say. Come on. Every single time we see the sides of MLT Esports on the pistol round, they tend to have it. In the previous match, both the half, it was MLT Esports getting their pistol and their bonus right on the second map itself. Again, it is MLT Esports who gets their pistol round right now. It's down to them having an advantage, and I love the fact that MLT Esports is so coordinated right now. I mean, every single peak that they are trying to go now. There were two players inside the smoke. They waited for the flash. They went in. They checked the right and the left side both. A perfect cover as well coming up from their teammates. So, if this seems to be the same way it is right now, it can be really great for the sides of Medal. But Aster Army, it's just the start. Yet it's a stack. 4 players towards the seaside, and they have all the information on the basis of the information to be relied on. On the other side, well, Rio, he did try to have an initial and an early A control for himself, but he will be needing to go back. It's a bit risky straight away. The flashes do come in. Yes, he has a lot of information. Blinds are perfect, but what's better right now is the weaponry for the sides of MLT Esports. Once again, the guiding light comes in. That's going to give one tap God the space to walk around with 3 players. The initial one fall down, the second one, the third as well. And that's just 3 players down towards the A side. The complete side open for business. The plant will go down.
Poison's off. Spike planted.
And they've also got the plan down. They've got a lot of positioning to work with. It's just Levi and Kohli. The question is how many rifles or weapons can take off of their hand. That is it. Easy. Not quite respecting the smoke at all. Had to pay with it for his life. Not before he was able to take one down. One tap God as well. Trying to use his ghost. That's going to be Kohli. Maybe getting the second. Nope. Just one, that is. And Blackhawk putting the final nail in his coffin. And that is going to be the second round being won by Medal. So they've had this consistency of winning the pistols as well as the anti-eco. Now, this one spray down, it was actually good, especially the spray control by one tap God. He did not know that there was another person on the back of the site. So, made sure that he would be easily able to spray him down as well. Crowd spray, that is. You always see that happening, don't you? 2-0 score. Aster Army. They've got the full buy coming in, so of course, this should be the round that they should be able to take in. All 5 Vandals, no operator buy, not even a single Phantom, so no Phantom moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking because I do love to play around with Phantom, but for now, again, early A control is what Rio is looking forward to. They do not just want to give out their positioning so easy. I mean, look at Rio right now. He is just so aggressive, right? Rumble control is what he has in his favor right now, and any player who tends to go towards the A side might have to face Rio, but on the other side, the execution seems to be heavily favored, maybe towards C or B a while ago, but right now they are rotating towards the C side, and now Rio has a huge responsibility. The guiding light does find the information that he needs to be relied on. Survival ball goes up, the flashes are so on point. Rio will be forced to go out of that position slowly and steadily. He's just trying to avoid as much as he can, but he on the other side, easy. There's one player right on his face.
Oh my god.
Touchdown, Toxer. And that's going to be such an important frag completely on the other side.
30 seconds left.
MLT Esports, perfect. One tap, go
One
on.
tap.
Ah, come on. What? He just turns around randomly to shut down Rio as well. Doubles it up for himself in MLT Esports. They are just looking so confident.
planted.
Levi being the last player to survive right now. What more can he do is the question. A 1v5, as you keep on saying, ace or nothing. And that's a full buy round though, so if he is allowed to save, maybe he can go for it, but it's kind of very vulnerable. Good for 1, yes he is. Shuts down Blackhawk, shuts down Wimp as well.
Okay.
Why would you go in for a solo peak though? But again, numbers are yet in the favor of MLT Esports, and the economy will be favoring them for the next round as well. So it's okay if they even try to take him down. C site is where he is towards, but yeah, more or less it's a 0-3 scoreline coming up.
Yeah, there's no one going in for the defense. Levi knows his limits at this point. Just 56 HP to work with, so might as well carry the whip into the next one. An Axis Vandal, that is. Like that skin. Now, they've lost 3 rounds continuously, and that is kind of what happened in the previous map as well. I really love the fact that they basically let even one tap god go in for that lurk play. Now, this is one of the advantages that you have whenever you've not played a map in a very long time. You know, you can surprise your opponents way too quickly. So that is exactly what's happening. Aster Army is just not being able to anticipate and read onto the game plan of MLT Esports, and the fakes, those continuous side changes, the maneuvering around the map, that is what they're working with. And I wouldn't even say that Aster Army are kind of making any kind of mistakes. It's just that their duels, they're not being able to win that one. However, Kishi is pushing it way too forward, following it up with the Trailblazer, quickly gets one pick. Levi shuts down Wim. So that's one thing that they were able to work with. Nanoswarm's gonna alter their movement at least for some more seconds, but holy shuts one tap got down! And that's even Doxer getting a pick on Blackhawk, so that's a very solid numbers advantage, and that too in a save round. So they're doing a very good job as of now. Paradox trying to take a lot of space, controlling the waterfall, knows the position of Levi, jump peeks in. Doxer's position was also noted, turns it into a 1v1, so now it's a 3v2. Do not have a very solid weaponry, so that's one problem. Doubling it up, moving towards the CT. Rio goes in for another flash play. Levi shuts easy down. He had the rifle. Heroes Vandal is what you call it. And I think so the pinch should come already. Spike has not yet been planted. He's going jumping. Well,
Paradox!
he tried.
I mean, he knew there was Levi present right behind at that position. Look at here. He had the complete information of Levi being present at the same position. Oh, maybe would have thought that it's a repositioning coming up from Levi, and that's where he just tried to make his way to another side. But hey, I'm not sure on what is up with MLT Esports, but every single time they tend to have they tend to deny the full buy round for the opponents themselves. They get denied for the next round instantly, and that's not even an economically good round for Aster Army that they got denied onto. I mean, not really sure on why does it keep on happening again and again for MLT Esports, but they need to, you know, control this, because it would have been a 4-0, but right now it's 3-1 scoreline, and we know how important every single round is when it goes down to the attacking side of the map of Lotus. But Vim would be really better in this duel this time. Shuts down Levi, and that's going to be one controller, and also the Viper's pit done for.
I mean, still quite confused. How was he able to find Levi's headshot in such a tight angle? But nonetheless, getting the opener, that's what you need. And one tap god also finding another pick. Just look at how far back he was easily able to take that one head down, and it's going to be Doxer onto the side taken care of. So no Killjoy to work with either. Spike will go down, and the last two members, I think so that round is almost done and dusted. They've decided they're not going to contest it at all. Saving it, moving towards the seaside. Got to control some of the space at least, because it's all 5 men of medals standing strong, and they've got a very solid economy. Got around 30 more seconds to work with, so they can try and hunt them down if possible, and that's probably what they are also going to do, because they're making the way. Now the question is if Aster Army will be allowed to save these 2 rifles or not. That's going to be the question.
Also, if Aster Army is able to find some exit tracks for themselves, that would just be the icing on the cake that they need. And see, that's what I was talking about. Easy gets denied for one tap god dash, shuts down Kohli as well. The round does rolls in for the favors of MLT Esports. One tap god with a 3k, and that's going to be the 4th one on board for the sides of MLT Esports. Timeout instantly coming up from the sides of Aster Army. They know how important this is now. I mean, honestly, one tap god? I really want to know what was the joke out there, but okay. For now, yeah, Aster Army, they know how important this is, right? Because it's a do or die situation for them. It's either them making their way towards the next stage or them just being happy with the fact that they got rewarded for 1 lakh INR. So there's a lot on stake right now for the sides of Aster Army. MLT Esports, there can be a moment of relief for them as they have got the map of Haven. That was their own pick coming up. But now, Aster Army, they even need to understand that though this is an attacking favored map that we talk about, but at least it is important to slow down Medal Esports. We've been talking a lot about the momentum for the sides of Medal Esports, which does tend to be, you know, great. And once they are in the momentum, it's just so difficult to deny them. But Aster Army, if they let go of these rounds like this, I mean, especially the full buy rounds, it's going to be way too difficult for them. Now that they have the Viper's pit to invest onto, they can actually let Viper solely play towards one single site and have the complete control. Maybe towards A, maybe towards C. That's going to be their decision. That's going to be C for now. Yeah, that's going to be the KJ and the Viper towards the C site itself. Early C control is what they want to have. And look at MLT Esports. They are trying to go in for an A execution this time.
Yes, they've been moving around the map a lot. Wait. Was that intentional? One tap god. I have no idea, but Blackhawk definitely trying to equalize the numbers, getting 2 picks already. That's another Viper's wall up, so making sure that the flash is not at all problematic for them. We got the smokes to work with, and just as this round started, we're seeing numbers in favor of Medal Esports. Spam through the smoke. Doxer gets another pick. That's easy down. No more Viper to work with, and this time Levi is just on towards the other side of the map. They've cut the noise entirely, but the Trailblazers should give the information. I'm still not quite sure why they're moving away from the A side, just leaving Rio alone. Blackhawk capitalizing onto that. I'm not quite sure what Aster Army was thinking there.
It is getting way too difficult for them right now.
Yeah. And even it just seems messy and very confused as to Aster Army. They kind of don't have any idea what Medal is up to. But nonetheless, we might possibly see a retake. Levi tried to make a play now, shut down right away. Dogs are somehow capitalizing onto that, at least getting Paradox. It's going to be the Nano Swarm used up. He could not break it on time. Wasn't for the peak. Tries to reposition. Wim just getting the better of him. Now, look at the situation, right? Wherein almost everyone was. They got first pick onto one tap, got Blackhawk trying to equalize the numbers. Yes, right, perfect. Noxa gets a kill through the smoke. Now, he just moved backwards towards the B side while Levi was going towards the C. So, yeah, there could be an idea. Maybe they want to try and find out where the lurker is. But I don't think so. They should have committed 2 members onto that because they just left Rio alone on towards that side, which in turn was being attacked. So it's just a questionable decision. Nonetheless, Medal capitalizing onto that, and this time are looking towards the C side.
Again, A control is what they want to have. Levi, no.
Wow. Well,
Levi will be completely investing onto the Viper's pit to get the early A control. But on the other side, look where the execution is. They're making their way towards the C side. That comes the showstopper. That is going to deny Doxer everything. And now Levi, he'll be going in for that backstab. They were definitely able to stop them coming towards the A side. But I don't think Viper's pit got them as much as they wanted. Now, one tap god, his location gets compromised onto Kishi, finds him, shuts him down. He needed to respect that Seekers coming up from the sides of Aster Army, and that's where the numbers will fall down for the sides of Medal Esports. 3 remaining players. Important fights coming
oh my
up,
goodness,
and that's a
no way.
lot of mess. What just happened? Rio doubled it up for himself. Levi found the last frag, and Aster Army got the best of that round out there. 2 to 3 ultimates being invested right from Viper's pit to Seekers to the showstopper. And that's where they managed to get that run for themselves. Medal Esports, I mean, one tap god, his positioning was good though. But again, Seekers, they should have saved one tap god, or one tap god himself would have left that position maybe. That's where Medal would have that number for themselves, and maybe, just maybe, it would have been the 6-1 on board. But nevertheless, yet Medal Esports does have the lead advantage. It's still 3 rounds up that they have in comparison to the sides of Aster Army. But Kishi, once again, the double satchel comes and the flashes are on point. You have to check Kishi. And they do. Blackhawk once again doubles it up. Maybe a triple. No, that's going to be Paradox who finds Rio. 2 remaining players. Such aggressive plays coming from the sides of Aster Army, and still this time again it's Aster Army having no numbers whatsoever.
Again, these quick hits are something they're not able to fight on perfectly with, right? Kishi just trying to take that space, trying to pick the fight.
One enemy
Was not
remaining.
able to do so. Doxa does not anticipate Wims at the double. And that's going to be easy, shutting down Kohli as well. So, very solid round being secured by MLT Esports. But this play, as in, he tried to make that play, but there was no support at the perfect time. All right, nonetheless, he could not connect those shots. So I would still say Middle East was just winning out on those 1v1 duels, right? Because the read from Aster Army was very solid this time. There was no space for Levi to run back to from the position where he was standing. I think he was expecting his teammate to break the B door and then also try to help him out somehow, since because of that A hit. But this time the read seems to be that they all are going towards the C. Goes in for the one-way smoke with a hit.
Oh,
It's going
A is
towards the
completely
A.
open.
And Wims gets Levi as well. So no more Viper Wall to deny any kind of push. That's going to be probably yet another planting possibilities. But look at that. 3 people coming in for the backstab. Now that is something noteworthy. They can try and make some play easy. That was messy, but alright, he gets Kohli down. He gets the job done. So now that's all 3 people coming for the backstab. While the spike has been planted on towards the A side, and I love the fact how middle has taken so much space. There we go. That zoning tries to get one. Doxa, good for one, but that is about it.
Kishi.
Finding a consolation though, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe, just maybe, but again, they left the A side completely open for business, and it was a complete C stack coming up from the sides of Aster Army, which did not work in their favor because it was an A execution, and now MLT Esports more than happy because they got everything that they wanted, right? We talk about Lotus and its attacking side, and at least 6 to 7 rounds is what you need to have in the attack side itself. More than 6, definitely, because you do not expect an equalizer. It would just give a great advantage to the defenders, but right now, MLT Esports already has 7 on their name, and it's 3 more rounds. Seekers have been invested onto. They have the Viper Spin, they have the Ominal, they have the KJ Lockdown. They have so much to walk around with. Every single time one tap god goes in for a duel, it's him coming up on top. This time he gets taken down to his own nade. What? One tap god? His own pain chills deny him. A 2 vs 3 MLT Esports once again have the numbers. Easy. He's been taken down from Kishi, does not respect. But hey,
Okay.
it's a 1v1. It's a 1v1, it's yet doable. Time needs to be perfect. Blackhawk, he needs to completely play. Oh, well, that's a fake.
Fake ultimate.
That's a fake.
Fake ultimate.
Yeah, that is a fake Blackhawk.
way.
He's not
Cheeky
just playing
guy.
Valorant. You know, he is not just playing Valorant out there, but he's definitely playing all those mind games. MLT Esports, they get the 8th one on board.
It's like, they're playing checkers, I'm playing chess. That's the situation with him right now. What a perfect way to use your own ultimate fake. 8 and 2. Now, this is a very comfortable position for middle because all the pressure is on Aster Army now. You have to get these last 2 rounds, and you've got to get this thrifty no matter what. You do not want to end half on a 10-2. You do not want to give the double digits to your opponent. You're talking about Lotus. Oh my god, that's a spray down coming in. Kishi and Rio quickly able to take down Paradox as well as Blackhawk. So that's a good opening this time coming in from them. Not pushing directly towards Rubble, but holding that one choke point from 2 different angles. And that is the kind of adjustment I was looking forward to, because every time when you want to cross that choke point with this kind of Viper Wall, you always either first put it up, or if not, you put a Viper Smoke, the poison orb, onto that choke point, turn it on, and then try and cross that place and space. So that's not what happened. And Metal were not being punished for that at all. This time, finally, they are being punished for it. And slow round seems to be the name of the game, as one tap god is going to try and play that lurk. His position should be noted. Yeah, wait.
Rio!
Did he not see it? He did. All right. Kishi saves his life. That's one good thing. A little messy, but Doxa still wins it out using his Spectre. Easy though. Still has got the pit to work with. Gets the pick on Levi. Can get the second one. Definitely does. He actually got 3 in that round, but Kohli finally wrapping things up. The paranoia did not connect at all. It almost got a little bit messy. But look at that. Easy. What a spray down. Jeez, I wanted to see that third shot. That was nasty.
MLT Esports 8-3. One last round before we head towards the second half itself. Now, Medal already has enough amount of round in the attackers half, 8 rounds consecutively. I mean, yeah, not consecutively, obviously. There has been rounds where Aster Army had a great execution, and that's where they convert to 3 as well. But now, even they can get it to an 8-4. But if it's a 9-3, it's going to be way too deadly. We already know about the love story, but whip and one tap caught. Oh my god, these players tend to be so confident right now. They've completely denied Aster Army their numbers, and it all goes down to 2 remaining players now. MLT Esports has invested onto the Viper's pit as well, which is going to make it
Hello.
completely worse for the sides of Aster Army.
That pit is something I would
Yeah, I
kind
know
of
the
find questionable,
positioning.
but
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
maybe it's just to shut that one area of the map down entirely so that the team could create crossfires just like this on the opposite choke points. And that's a full wrap up. What a play! What a shutdown! One tap, God, that was nasty movement. Look at that paranoia. It just connected a little too late, but that was just enough for Medal to secure their ninth round as well. And now they're moving on to their defense. And point to be noted, Darshita, they
Yeah,
have been winning every
pistol.
single pistol.
I mean,
Yes.
I hope we haven't jinxed it already though by saying it n number of times. I really hope we haven't. But yeah, it has to be Aster Army for the pistol. It has to be them, because if it's not them, then it's going to be way too vulnerable. Way too much, because right now Aster Army, they just got 3 rounds in their defense. I mean, you at least needed 5, right? You had to close it down by a 7-5 scoreline. That's where, if you get the pistols, you have an equalizer and the match does become more intense. But right now, what it looks like in the first half itself, it's more or less MLT Esports and their one-sided domination. One tap caught, and Blackhawk, I would give it to Paradox as well. Easy. I mean, all the players after the previous map of Haven, they are looking so confident. I feel in the entirety of the matches for Challenger Series itself, if I talk about it, I haven't seen MLT Esports being this confident. They are just so confident, and they are actually able to capitalize over it, right? It's just looking so great, so good for them. On the other side, Aster Army, again, I haven't seen them struggling, and it's this time it's them struggling. They had a streak of multiple wins to be maintained, but once they lost it against the sides of GGEZ, things have not been that great for them. And even today in this map of Lotus, I did feel like we are going to witness a third map, but the way the scoreline is right now and looking at MLT Esports, we just cannot predict anything, right?
Highly possible. It could be just Medal, coming up with the Cinderella win where you would never see them play any map apart from Haven. This time it's just them winning it out, and not in a normal fashion, in a very dominating fashion against Aster Army onto a map which we have not seen them play for the past 5 months. That is outrageous at this point. But still, Aster Army have to keep their calm heads because they have to make sure to get this pistol. Only and only after that would they be able to somehow make a comeback or at least close that gap. Now, this is exactly the smoke that I was talking to you about. That if you want
Yeah.
to make that cross on the other side of the rubble, you have to put the smoke down if you do not want to put your wall up. So you can at least threaten a crossfire. Now, that's a flash being dodged. However, the information would have been given to them. He'll probably go for the lineup to use that smoke yet again onto the other players, but that's going to get messy onto that corner. Hawk just does not stop at all. Again, coming up with a 3 frag. And that's Medal having the advantage.
ladies and gentlemen. We are extremely sorry. Yeah, there are few disconnection issues coming up, but for now, everything is sorted and we are back into the game. Medal Esports going up against the sides of Aster Army to where we left on to. It was a 2v4 situation that we were talking about, but Medal Esports did capitalize on the round. They had the numbers for themselves and they got the 10th one on board. You know, scared. I'm really scared for the sides of Aster Army right now. This just can be a victory coming up for Medal Esports. Looking at the economy as well, they have all the advantages in the world that they want.
I mean, the play is just so fire that they're burning out systems left and right. That's the reason why we had to go into those technical timeouts. Nonetheless, guys, jokes apart, we'll be jumping into this game yet again. And yes, who even thought that they could probably threat a 2-0 and not Aster Army, but Medal? No one probably plays their bets onto them, especially when we were coming onto the Lotus map. But nonetheless, they're doing a very solid job. First pick, though, it definitely was yet again in favor of Medal Esports. And guess what, Darshita? They got another pistol. So there's one line I would like to quote from One Piece. I really love that. I'm going to change it a bit. But here it is. If it's a pistol round, always bet on Medal. Because they have been flawless, getting all 4 pistol rounds. And guess what that gives you? The advantage into next round. Yeah, a very solid buy. But Rubble control this time is threatened. One tap, go! Could have got the pick, but nonetheless, that's a good shutdown coming in from Aster Army, and now they've got some space to work with, Darshita.
Also, a weaponry retrieved. There comes a trade. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a fair trade coming up as Levi from the sides of Aster Army has to go down, but that's about it for now. A 4 versus 4, ladies and gentlemen. A 4v3, you can call it right now, because Wimp did manage to shut down the sides of Kohli. It's just not looking that great for the sides of Aster Army right now. I mean, look at Rio. That's a 3k for Wimp. Slowly and steadily, the 4th one as well. This might just be an ace that we talk about once again. And yes, it is. An ace coming up from Wimp, ladies and gentlemen. The previous match, it was 1 tap card. This match, it is going to be Wimp with an ace and the 11th one on board for the sides of Medal Esports. Aster Army completely clueless. They are speechless. They are scratching their heads on what is going wrong. Now that they have a full buy and they can stop the domination coming up from Medal Esports, and instant timeout will be activated. I would remind you guys once again, this is a do or die situation. Aster Army, if they lose this full buy round, it's going to be Medal Esports with a 2-0 clean victory.
And also, at the same time, eliminating Aster Army from the playoffs entirely.
Yeah.
Putting them for the 4th place prize. So this is a do or die situation for them. And I guess maybe a deja vu to Sao Paulo Grand Final 3-11. Aster Army, though, they would have a full buy in this one. So that's one thing they could definitely work with. But the question is, who is going to be the hero to take that torch and start the marathon? Because they have to at some point, and someone has to take the lead. Their attacks are just not working out. Medal of winning the trades left, right, center. And it just seems that their executes are kinda getting uncoordinated round after round. In the previous one, I just feel that Rio could have waited for a few more seconds for the remaining 2 players to join that B split. You know, that would have threatened a pinch from 2 different angles. Nonetheless, that's what happened in the previous round. We're going to quickly jump into this one, as it could very well be a done and dusted round for Aster Army unless they cook something up. And this time, it seems that they want to show a lot of presence towards the seaside, as quite a lot of utilities are being used. Even... Oh my, that's easy! Just a beautiful play, but Rio finally trades him off as well. And there's absolutely no map control that Aster Army has got.
Yeah, that's going to be true. A 4v4 coming up. Medal Esports. They need to be very careful right now. I mean, it's going to be an economically advantageous round for Aster Army, but the way it all has started. Blackhawk on the other side does manage to shut down. That's going to be Kohli who gets him down. And finally, the numbers have rolled back for the side of Aster Army. But once again, there's going to be Paradox who's present right there. The nanoswarm is denying him a lot of information, but he needs to go in for a flash peek, because if he goes in for a dry peek, that's going to be done for. The flash comes in, does find the connection. No, Paradox gets denied, and this time, I mean, I'm not sure on what Aster Army is planned to. There are two players inside the side. Paradox, not the best position to peek in. It all goes down to Wimp, who is trying to maybe deny them the plant itself. He comes down, shuts them up, and it all goes down to Kohli now. Yeah, they did. One tap god.
Alright.
Maybe few frags that he can just take onto his name before getting taken down. He finds one with a bulldog that he had. Kohli with a 3k. Finally, Aster Army. After n number of victory that MLT Esports have had for themselves, it's Aster Army getting the 4th one on board.
And just as I said, it's going to be a marathon. So they have to play it smart on every single move. They had a better weaponry, but I would still give it to them that they were able to take a couple of people down as well on towards the other side, making sure they have had the advantage and then pushed it forward. So one more step at a time, that is what should be going onto your mind as of now. The smoke is right there. Kishi, even though without the smoke, just making that cross, and has basically used both of his blast paths now, and he's 2 away from the showstopper. So they don't want to play it for the orb at all. Easy throws away even the snake bite along with the nanoswarm out there, making sure that there's no one pushing in from that angle. However, Kohli has already made the pass. He has used up his teleporter. Look at the pings on the map. They've got an idea about it. Even the nade coming inside the tree, making sure that if there's anyone they're going to chunk down, that's going to be the peak coming in. Try in. 2 angles. Watch out for 1-for-1 trade. Still, it is going to be in favor of Aster Army. Somehow that is the Kohli coming in. Peak perfect. Behind. You can 3 of them. And gets the Seekers on the back of it. Now throws them up as well with the flash. He has noted the position of at least 1. This could be it for Aster Army, as it's all in the hands of Rio.
How in the world is that possible? Paradox. He just turns around to find a 3k randomly. Puts the 4th one on board as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Paradox for you. MLT Esports, they are on the match point, and it's not just the match point, it's the series point. I mean, I have to see this again. Look at the second one, and he was just spraying randomly when he found the 3rd one for himself. The 4th one was a precise, perfect, aimed shot coming up from his side. And a 12-4. This is not the scoreline that I expected. Aster Army, this is not the Aster Army that we have been witnessing in the group stages. Coming down to the playoffs, the journey has not been that great for them. It's looking so rough. But Paradox, I mean, beautifully played out there. Got the match point in the best possible way for his team.
Scout destroyed.
Absolutely, and 3 pieces of utilities used though, just to check that one angle. So I would still say in terms of macro, this has been a very small win for Aster Army. They can try and utilize this information towards the other side of the map, because even the Trailblazer was used, Satchel, as well as the Raise Nade. So you obviously have an advantage in terms of all of those utilities now, but the question is, how will they try and find another round? They posted up Rio for that lurk play to try and punish if anyone tries to push in from the C. Now 2 of the people stacking A. They break the door and move towards the other side. That's the fight being taken. Wins down to 24. And that's going to be the showstopper. Easy gets the pick. And somehow he also gets one more. Levi falls off the snake bite. That is insane. And it's a 3v4 situation. Spike plant could definitely go down, but they've got to hold this pace. It's going to be a 3v3 on towards the side, as there's no rotation coming in from movement whatsoever. What is Rio doing? Probably looking at the map somehow. His teammates trying to convert it as well. Through the box, Spam comes in and wins that trade-off. Dogzer falls down to a 1v2. Darshita, this could be it.
Cover going out.
Yeah, this definitely could be it. A 1v2 Kohli. He needs to be the star here. A 1v2 clutch is what is awaited onto. He needs a century out here to make it work for his team. A lot of responsibility that he has on his shoulders. And yes, they definitely know where he is. They're making it way too slow. One of them can stick to the defusal, but why? Would you do that? You would have stick to the defusal and waited for him to push out of that position. Blackhawk, the half defusal is done for. No way, Blackhawk! He's gonna find Kohli. Ladies and gentlemen, Medal Esports gets the second map of Lotus with a 13-4 scoreline. And that is gonna be it for this best of 3 series. I had such an high hopes coming up from the sides of Aster Army, but this is not the Aster Army that we were talking about in the group stages. They were strong. They knew how to break the momentum, how to break the coordination coming up from these teams. But right now, going up against the sides of Medal in this map itself, it has definitely not been a great journey for them. A wobbly, start, I would say, for the playoffs itself. And right now, they'd be saying us a goodbye, because from here on it's gonna be the size of Medal Esports to go further and face the winners of the upcoming matches as well. I mean, this match has been so dramatic.
Definitely dramatic and dominating as well, especially if you're talking about Medal. I mean, yes, you mentioned that this is not the Aster Army we know of, but this is not the Medal that we know of either. Lotus.
Exactly.
If anything, on Lotus, they shut down the entire composition of Aster Army, and I think so. What I predicted previously kind of came true when I was back on the desk with Aggressive casting Aster Army versus GGEZ. We've been making a point about that one match so many times because it was just a sheer domination of GGEZ to stop a flawless run, 4-0 run of Aster Army. And guess what? They were also up against Orangutans, one of the tournament favorite, and still they won. But falling at this stage, in this situation, under the pressure, I just think that it all came down to that: how calmly can you play in these pressure situations? And Medal said, I mean, it's our playground, you know, it's literally our playground. They've got 2 ace in 2 different games by 2 different players, so you already know that they were playing so very solid, and this is what they had been cooking for the playoffs. They've only shown us Haven so that no one could strategize against them on other maps, and now they've got 2 added in their map pool already. One is Haven, yes, they're very solid onto that, and now it's Lotus. Clearly, we are seeing in the replay as well how well they played out every single round. It turned out to be in their favor, but how? On the back of these strategic plays, those double peaks, and of course, I would not hesitate at all to say it, those freaking amazing hero plays as well.
That's so true, man. Medal Esports, I mean, come on. You definitely have to give it to them today, because it's that day. It's their day of celebration. I mean, yeah, it definitely is their day of celebration, because the way they have performed in this match, it was a shocker. Not just for you and me, but for everyone. It's just such a shocking performance coming up from them. I mean, yeah, we've talked about it. We've talked about them so much, right? Individual talents, but now you see what happens when these individually talented players come together and form a team. This is what happens. Medal Esports, complete domination in the second match. Yeah, first match, we have seen Aster Army struggling, but they were somehow able to get at least few rounds. But it went down. But when it went down to this map, it was them completely clueless. We are gonna head towards the scoreboard as well. We have Paradox with 17, Blackhawk with 17 as well, Wimp with 13, One Tap God with 11, and Easy with 16. You know, here's the thing I really want to mention. Before getting into the match itself today, I had a word with Paradox, and he was so confident on saying that I'm gonna get as many frags that I can, and I'm gonna end it. And I can see that on the scoreboard clearly. Paradox has been that one, player in the entire team who tend to change the entirety of Lotus map. 9 assists, 17 frags, okay, but alongside that, his utilities, I have to give it to One Tap God as well, his confidence and all the other players. This is what the team play looks like. Medal Esports 13-4, and they qualify here on, saying a goodbye to Aster Army.
Absolutely. And now they'll be watching the next game. That's Orangutan up against True Rippers. The winner will move to the grand finals, but the one who fails to do that will have to face this beast of a squad of Medal, who are just super ready at this point. Let's look at the MVP of the game. It's going to go to none other than Blackhawk on Omen. I mean, he was everywhere. You could just guess the way he was playing the entire game. 17, 7 and 9. You are an Omen. Getting 9 assists is also amazing. And he had a KDA of 2.43. One of the highest KDAs that we've seen, with a crazy 44% headshot percentage. That is just outrageous at this point. 258 ACS, no first kills. That's absolutely fine. You are an Omen, a controller. You do not need to get those first kills. You don't need to go for them. But the main thing that matters is the headshot percentage and the KD. It's outwardly, literally outwardly. He was in another dimension at this point, and also sending Aster Army in a very different dimension, but in the opposite direction, that is. And making sure that his team survives at least their first elimination round.
What an amazing best of 3 it has been. I mean, I was already excited. I had my notes prepared for the map of Bind. I'm not even gonna, I'm not even joking right now. I literally had my notes prepared for the map of Bind because we've seen Aster Army perform on the match of, Lotus before, and they went up against the sides of OG and they've denied a team like OG. As you said, they've been the fan favorite teams right these days, and they've denied them such a strong team. And now when it went down to MLT Esports, I wouldn't say Aster Army did not do the best of their job. They definitely did try their level best, but it was just MLT Esports on a complete different level today. Now, as you said a while ago that we haven't seen Medal playing in the map of Lotus for quite a long time now. Previously, it was the month of May where we did see them performing, but hey, the surprise was the biggest that anyone would have ever thought of, and they just got the best of that map. But hey, MLT Esports versus Aster Army, it's already done for, and now upper brackets is what is awaited onto. But for now, for this stream itself, it's gonna be us signing off because we are gonna go and prepare for the next match, which might just be a 3-map. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. This is Lenovo and Intel presents the Esports Club Challenger Series 2023 VCT Off Season official event with our gaming monitor partner ViewSonic. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys at the 6:30 with another stream. Until then, stay tuned and happy gaming.
Pop my pull up in a Porsche. They been on it, jump on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show and she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a fall, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Jump on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell, they're for the sale. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics I needed from Shawty. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging their darts, make them reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycooning, I'm Dre with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm clutch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I spit it from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like it's surgery. She the curve at you just to flirt with me. Totally tucked out, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. And they ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. This facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Really outside with it. Run with it. Run with it. Run with it.